it's Belinda. Today I thought I would jump on just to share a quick little layout flip through. So that's my stack of layouts there. I think the last time I did the flip through may have been March or April, I'm not quite sure. So these are all of the layouts that I've made since then. Not a huge amount. I don't get a heck of a lot of time for scrapbooking, but still I'm pretty happy with what I've got here. Now, most of these do have process videos. So if you do have a look back through my videos, if there's anything that you want to see, you should be able to find process videos for most of these on my channel. But let's have a quick look through. So this one here, there is definitely a process video for this one. It's a really quite a clean layout using this gorgeous diamond cut file, which is from Cut to You. And the standout feature on this layout is, I think, the journaling. So I didn't have anywhere, because it was quite a balanced design, I didn't have anywhere that I could really fit in the journaling without throwing off the balance. So what I did was I printed it off on vellum, and then I have adhered it around the edge of the page. Something different, and I really like it. It was really popular. The comments that I got on the video, it did seem to be really popular. So yeah, I'll probably do that again. Just one to think about if you're trying to do something different with your journaling. Try popping it around the edge of the page. This next one is the polar opposite. This is a very messy layout. Lots and lots of mixed media play here. I've probably got about half a dozen different types of mixed media across the background. There's definitely a process video for this one, and it was super fun. The reason it's so messy and distressed is because it's telling the story about my gorgeous little son, who is definitely living up to the terrible two stereotype. He is so sweet, but very, very destructive. Yeah, what I loved about this one, aside from the mixed media, was these alphas that I created in Silhouette. So this was a font that I purchased. It's a Letterman style font, and it's created by layering up 3 different pieces, and it looks so cool. I love it. Definitely want to use that more on my boy layouts. Lots and lots of texture and layers there. Okay, again, there is a process video for this one. Fairly clean, a grid style layout using a Felicity Jane kit that I have had in my stash for a little while. We've got some fussy cut florals, which I sat and fussy cut half of the sheet of florals out. Some layers, lots of nice texture. Sorry about the glare there. And just 3 really sweet photos of my little girl. And then what I didn't film, but I thought I would show you side by side, is I created a companion page for this one. So it's coordinating, it's not matching, and it's still using the same Felicity Jane kit, but I've picked up more of the peachy tones on this side, and I'm using a Cut to You cut file here. You'll notice there's no journaling on this page because I included it on this one. There really wasn't much to say about these photos other than just that they were beautiful. But this is more of the outtakes, so it's just journaling about how I hope that she always feels free to be herself, and you don't have to smile and look pretty in photos. If you want to make the funny faces, go ahead and make the funny faces. So those 2 layouts will go side by side in an album. Again, definitely a process video for this one. This is probably my favorite layout in this stack. It was not as time consuming as I thought it would be, perhaps not as time consuming as it looks, but it's got beautiful shaker in each of those stars. This is a cut file which I believe was offered as a freebie some time ago in the Confessions of a Paper Addict Facebook group. And of course the background, that mixed media background, just came out so lovely. Lots of different layers of mixed media there, and it really does look like a night sky. I love this layout. Another one that doesn't really have any journaling because it's more about having the photo to go into his album. There wasn't a specific story that went with it. It was just a really sweet photo that I wanted to include. There's no process video for this one. This is a 2-page layout which was inspired by a Scrapbook Generations sketch. I've been really loving using those sketches at the moment. And this is using the Cartabella Farmhouse Market collection. Now, I'll be honest, this layout took me a really long time to finish because, well, I'm not really sure why, but it just wasn't coming together the way that I wanted it to. I am happy with it in the end. The mixed media, I think I went a little bit gung-ho with that mixed media because the cardstock is a nice bright white, and if you have any Cartabella or Echo Park collections, you'll know that it tends to be more cream based. So I didn't want to put those cream-based papers against the white cardstock and have it clash, which is why I put the mixed media background down. But I think I went a little bit too heavy with the color and a little bit too defined on the edges. So I did go back over after I'd finished and added some white gesso. So if you do ever find that you've added too much mixed media and you want to tone it down a bit, you can add some white gesso over the top, and that will help. And certainly here it did help. It's not my favorite, but I do still really like it, and I'm happy that that story, the whole story, so those photos that you saw before and the grid layout, plus these, that is that entire event scrapped and done and into the album. Okay, again, there is definitely a process video for this one. This is fairly new. This was my first project with the Cut to You design team, and it was also celebrating their 2nd birthday YouTube hop. So I've used the gorgeous chevron bouquet cut file twice here on the layout, some beautiful soft florals that I cut out on my silhouette. Lots of soft mixed media in the background, so by this point I had learned my lesson that less is more. I definitely like that softer look, and the edges are a little bit more blended out here because I played with my technique a little bit more than I did on that previous one. So again, really soft, beautiful layout. This is using some Cocoa Vanilla products. I love this one, and I love being part of that YouTube hop. There's no process video for this one because this was just a quick one that I made using the Kit to You, or a Kit to You product, which is an offering from Cut to You. If you're not sure about what it is, you can hear me talking a little bit more about it in the process video that will come for the next layout. But if not, you can find all the information on the Cut to You website. So this came together really quickly and easily because there was a PDF with full instructions that came with the cut file, which made it super simple and super quick to put together. This is using Crepe Paper's Magical Forest collection, and again, not much journaling because it's just about getting that photo into the album. There's not much to say about this. I will have a layout which I know that I will make a little bit further on down the track, which will have photos of both my son and my daughter laying on my husband's chest, because there is a story that I want to tell there. But for this one, it was just about the photo, and this little tag here which says happiness lives inside the sweetest moments, that was a cut apart from the collection, and that was enough for me. So that's serving as a title and the journaling, and I'm happy with that. You don't always have to go for a big bold title, I'll say that. So this is the process video. I took the negative from that string art circle cut file, which you've just seen, and I used that to create a whole new layout. So if I can get the angle of this right, you'll be able to see that it's popped off the page slightly. There's lots and lots of hand stitching around the edge, and it's using a beautiful Felicity Jane kit that I've had in my stash, and I love this. I love this layout. It's so soft, it's so pretty, it's definitely my kind of aesthetic, and I love it. The hand stitching was definitely a labor of love, but it was well worth it. The finished product is gorgeous. Now we get to my Scrappy Christmas in July layouts. So there are process videos for all of these. I only did 4 layouts this Scrappy Christmas in July. I wasn't super prepared. I'm hoping that next year I will be a little bit more prepared to do a bit more scrapping. But I have this 8.5 by 11 Holly Jolly page, really nice pretty pinks and some golds, a little bit of sparkle, really simple story. So I went back through and I chose photos and stories from 2015, which is the first Christmas that we had a family. And I have got a December daily album for 2015, so a lot of the stories have been told, but I've done some layouts for things that I wanted to just add a little bit more detail to, or that I wanted to feature or highlight throughout our albums. So this is the little story about my husband and I having our first Christmas together. He's now my husband, he wasn't then. My first Christmas tree. If you want to see how to turn a big mistake, a big boo-boo into success, I recommend checking out this video, this process video. This layout did not come together easily. There were some big mistakes. If I turn it over, you can see I have a little bit of a patchwork on the back because I put multiple holes into my layout trying to fix it up. Well worth checking out if you think that people who scrapbook on YouTube always get it right, because that is so not true, and this layout is testament to that. This is using the Kaisercraft Peppermint Kisses collection and a Christmas gift stack cut file, which of course is from Cut to You. This one here, so pretty. Love this layout. Layered up some circles, some die cut foil. I cut these out on my silhouette using a cut file from Cut to You. Some stars, lots of hand stitching, some machine stitching around the edge. Not a lot of journaling, but I wanted to feature these photos because they are quite special to me. And it's so pretty. I really love this layout. And I love that I have started to bring in coordinating colors that are not quite so monochromatic. I've got some mustardy yellows, some reds, some pinks, some greens. Yes, I'm starting to feel a bit more confident about blending those colors. And finally we have this one, this Fruit Mince Pies. Looking at it, it is quite busy. It's quite a busy layout, but that's okay. I don't mind. Again, it's documenting a story that I wanted to tell. There's my journaling here on a little pull-out tab which slots in behind there. The gorgeous hand stitching, I'll bring that up close so that you can see. Chain stitched a whole bunch of sequins randomly on that strip down the right hand side. And that's it. So that's my layouts. Like I said, I don't do a lot of scrapbooking compared to some, but I am happy with what I have done. And of course, I'm always happy just to get things done and get them into the albums. So if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for joining me, and I do hope that you'll go ahead and subscribe because I've got lots of fun stuff planned coming up. And if you are not new to my channel, thank you so much for continuing to support me. I really do appreciate all the comments and all the likes. It's helping me to grow my channel, and I love sharing projects with you, and I love hearing your opinions and hearing your views. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.